Hey, so you know what? I decided I haven't been on stream enough today. I just need to come on for a half hour more because, like, what the hell else am I gonna do with my life? No, in all seriousness, you know what time it is. It's 3:30 on a weekday. You know what that means. It's time for At the Close with Joel Elconin and myself. Let's do that. All right, it is time for PreMarket Prep at the Close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
What's up, Joel? How are we doing on this?
You know what? I am not going to pick on you at all today.
Oh,
I am going to be extremely nice
thank you.
the entire show, unlike I was to some people in the chat this morning, but they deserved it. Also, man, I just want to thank you all for the unbelievable response that we got to the event tomorrow. I mean, my email is blowing up with registrations, and just tell your friends and your spouses that this could be a 9-hour presentation because what Dennis is, I tried to get him to stop after 1, and he did 3. And I think it's just because he has this stuff on his mind and he loves, teaching people, and he put it together. Now, if you can't make it on a Saturday, then it's going to be available on the site later on. But I just want to thank everybody. And Rob has some amazing content to put together too. And I got some tricks for you guys as well. So thank you again for the overwhelming response to the event.
If you signed up like Rose, let us know in the chat if you signed up.
Yeah, Rose. Now, and also, we're going to have to deal with Triple D. He's giving away his secrets here. And now he's going to have to deal with all you sharks out there. Because what we want to do is we don't want to create a bunch of apes. We want to create a bunch of traders, a bunch of people that know what they're doing. They can make money when the market's going up, when they make markets going down, when they make money when the market's going sideways. Whatever the market conditions are, that's what you want. Now, we got your Puma Bulls, your Perma Bears, your people that don't know what they're doing. You have your apes, but that's our goal, man, is to make you guys. Eric M says the events. That's what we do, and it's all about learning. And we'll try and get it done by 12:30. I'm taking the over on that. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that the S&P 500 index futures are going to close at a new all-time closing high. I've been talking about that the whole week. That's 0150. I'm talking D's, folks. I'm talking March. I'm talking March on Monday. I'll have to spend some time putting together the March levels. But 0650, that's our high. That's our target. Now, that was also the high from yesterday if you follow the 24-hour market. So that's a level. And then the high for the week is 12. There's another high at 17, yada, yada, yada. The average range is way up there. All-time high basis the December contract is 47.40.50. I'll go out on a limb and I'll say we don't see that today. Crude, that's up $1.08, having a good week. Up at 72.02. Kind of the moment of truth here for crude because you got this mid-range, you haven't hit it, you got a triple top, a lower high. So, I don't know. We'll see if crude rolls over. Gold up 610, 1782.80. It's still an inflationary environment, and gold doesn't really go anywhere. Wait till I sell it, then thing will go to 2,000. Silver up 17 cents at 22.18 and a half. Bitcoin just kind of being Bitcoin, hanging out inside day. That's rare. 50K resistance. Matching range days almost, or inside day up 730 at 48,405. Ethereum going the opposite way. That's down $96.50 at 4,027.50.
Dennis, that's how tired I am. Joel, forget Bitcoin. Have you heard about the new crypto taking over our lives?
No, what is this?
Mongoose. It's Mongoose coin.
Okay.
Mongoose coin was a joke that was made by a U.S. Member of the U.S. House of Representatives yesterday, and he was just joking. And then
And
today it exists. What a time to be alive. Anyway, the title of the show today was about Ford. Let's start with Ford here, Joel. My question to you, Ford to 22 dollars, I mean,
that's a breakout.
not the
That's a
year.
breakout. Yeah.
There was a headline today. Ford, I guess, is having a hard time keeping up with demand. Looks like they may be delaying production of their Explorer EV by a year and a half. That's not nothing. But anyway, Ford to $22? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
I mean, it broke out here, that 2080 level. So, why not? I mean, first there's paper to chew through at 21 and a half, then 22. I haven't drilled down on the monthlies or anything on it, but it's a big day. The way, Ford trades, you might get a chance to get it back under 21 at the top of that trading range, but we talk about a move, you talk about a consolidation, you talk about the breakout. There it is, just textbook. So great to hear from the Motor City. Ford trading at a multi-year high. I mean, if you're looking for a target today, 2150. Wow, up a buck 77. Wow,
Uh-huh.
that's a huge movement forward. And then GM,
Thank
going
you.
to be, more plants in Michigan. That's having a good day. That's still, it's been in the range 58 to just over 64 to give you much chance to get in at 58. But 64 bucks, that's the next daily target I have for GM.
I also want to look at Peloton. I'm sorry to do this to you, Joel, but if I told you Wednesday on this show that tomorrow there's going to be a new Sex of the City spinoff show, they're going to feature a Peloton in which a major character dies well after using said Peloton, and the stock will fall 20%. If I told you that on Wednesday, you would have said, Spencer, what are you smoking? Well, I would have been right because that is what happened. We're now down 20% in 2 days. Peloton is. It's crazy.
Have we officially banned any stocks from the show? Like,
I just
have
like
we officially banned it?
okay,
Like
okay,
every
okay.
time it comes on, I won't talk about it. Have we done
At
that
the
yet?
no, but at the risk of sounding like Dennis, I'm going to say this has to be capitulation. This has to be. This is insanity, right? $37. The thing was $170 in January.
See, that's where you get in trouble.
I know.
That's where people get in trouble. I don't know. Eventually, someday, Dana and Emily are going to be able to take a tax write off from this.
That's right.
Because I'm
That's
underwater. I
right.
know there's no doubt. I mean, there was some points where I mean, my original buys, you know what? I don't even know. And you know what? I don't even want to look
Good.
because I know I bought a chunk like in here where they're coming to get me. I know I bought a chunk like, I don't know, 2022 maybe.
Yeah.
And then someone I know, and it wasn't me, added to it up here, small. But I'm sure, man, I don't even know. I don't even want to know. So
Yeah.
I might. I have to think about it. I will. I may bet. Or you
Okay.
guys could talk about it all you want, but man, hit it because I'm not going to say I already ruined it for a bunch of people. But because someone died on a show, I mean, what's this market coming to?
I don't know. Here, let's cheer you up, Joel. I think you own some Apple. We all own Apple, right?
Well, yeah,
We
yeah,
all own
yeah.
Apple. All-time highs for Apple.
Wow,
Every time the stock pulls back, which is like uh, at least once a year, Apple falls like 5%,
it's just
and
crazy.
everyone's like, oh, "Wait a minute, Apple's down 5%. What do we do?" And then every time it comes back. It's
And you know what? If you could find the tape, I don't remember what was going on in the markets that day. I think it was this day right here. And
Hold on, wait.
the markets were a little bit rocky, and I was like, well, if you're going to buy the dip in something, and it was we're iPhone shortage or something like that, right?
Yep, yep. Well,
And then they bought the dip, and then it never ripped. We'll talk about this with Gene. Gene Munster. I might as well spill the beans here. We have planned a special next Wednesday. We're gonna, how I had Gene and Sean Udall on, where we're gonna get Gene Munster and we're gonna get Todd Gordon on, and we're gonna have those guys debate. And I know Gene's been bullish as Apple for a long time. I don't know where it's at in relations to his targets, but man, oh man. Boom. I don't even know. 180? Next target on that? That's a huge move for Apple.
it is
180 if you're holding out, or just move your stop up. So we'll see what happens with that. Can't give me any numbers when there ain't no numbers.
interestingly enough, Joel. Why don't you pull up a chart of the QQQ for a second here, and we can just talk about this because we did get a pre-market spike off of that. How do I want to say? Maybe in line CPI number.
We're the only people that thinks is in line, Spencer. Everybody else thinks it's like horrible. We're the
Well,
only
no,
people.
no, no. When I say in line, I mean no. No. Actually, I disagree with what you just said. The market was not surprised by this number. They were surprised by October's number, sure. So surprised that Jerome Powell had to change what he was saying, but the November number was not a surprise to anybody. I don't think. But we did see the tech growth spike on that, and then once we opened, we gave it all back, and then we rallied again. But it was just an interesting reversal today. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, now this is not acting quite like the S&Ps, right? Because you got some of these stocks that are bringing Amazon down $50. But what jumps out to you on this chart, Spencer, for this one?
Which
The
chart
triple
here?
Qs, the upper
Yeah,
right.
no, I know the upper right. What
If to
jumped out?
like, what would get you super bullish? Like, where you're thinking, man, this is good. Last 4 days, but it can't get through. Come on,
400. Whole number
yeah.
theory. 400. Whole number
Yep,
theory.
the whole number theory.
Yep.
Exactly. That's how Spencer won the Home Depot bet. Was
Yeah.
oh man. If
It
just for
jumped
a
there,
review,
it
just
is,
let
isn't
you
it?
guys know, I paid Spencer yesterday.
He did. He did pay
Yep,
me some money.
in
Yes.
in Shiba coin.
Yep.
I
It's true.
transferred it
You,
from my
you
wallet.
You transferred from your MetaMask to my sushi swap.
Do you want to hear something interesting?
Sure.
I have an Apple Wallet,
Yeah, okay.
and I didn't know there was any money in it. There's money in it.
It's funny.
How do you get money in your Apple Wallet if you don't put it? I don't know. Can you track to see where the money came from?
Yeah, well, if you ever used Apple Pay, you probably added it from one of your credit cards once.
No, I've never tied anything to it. I don't know where the money came. I don't know where it.
It
I don't know.
had to have come from one of your credit cards or your bank accounts. It had to have come from somewhere.
You know what? I'll have Lisa
Just have Lisa look.
explain that. Or
look
I'll have Lisa
at
explain. I'll have her figure it out. She figures out everything on the computer
it. Okay.
except how to sell Peloton.
Yeah. Anyway, what else did I want to look at today? And then we can do some questions from the chat. There's a few things on my radar. I wanted to talk about.
A good question from Afram here. Doesn't the gap on the Qs concern you? The top right chart. You know, it does, but like no one cares. Like it's a gap because probably if you look at like the futures markets and the Nasdaq futures and the S&Ps, there are no gaps. So yeah, I'm looking on the daily with stocks. I do talk about it a little bit more. They used to be more relevant, but you pull up the Nasdaq futures and there's probably no gap at all. So, you see three. I mean, I'll do this. I mean, I don't do a lot on the Qs for you guys because I'm so heavily invested in the S&P 500. Should have been more heavily invested in the Qs, but that's okay. Just values coming back. But if Afrin, if just keep an eye on this for the next couple days. I mean, you're hitting a rooftop here. You do, and this is with Apple going absolutely crazy too. So we could do this for Afrin and say, okay, get rid of the snap mode on this and say, okay, we got a tight little move this up here and say, okay, prudently you can break out. There are new highs in the spoos there. No, just match that high, 0650. That was yesterday's high here too. So all we need to do is close above 0150 for that all-time closing high.
I want to talk about Costco. I forget if we talk. I think
Woo!
this morning. I don't even remember at this point. Earnings were out last night and they blew it away. The EPS crushed it. The sales crushed it. Stock is crushing it today.
Yeah.
You can't stop Costco. It's one of those stocks you just can't stop it.
If I could do what I say and say, okay, well, if this takes out the pre-market high, you better get long. That'd be a very easy thing to do in retrospect, but you did, man. Look at that. That pre-market high. I mean, Eddie, you had no reason. And I could give you every, you want to try and short something, I could say, okay, yep, it's probably not a bad idea. But when this took out the pre-market high, 536.80, absolutely no right being short that stock. Nothing there. I don't know where it's going now. I mean, now $35. Holy mackerel! And I'm even thinking of going there this weekend. So that's gonna help for next quarter.
Which Costco do you go to? The one in West Bloomfield? Obviously.
Commerce.
Okay.
And then there's we joined a gym up on Telegraph,
Okay.
so there's one up there too.
Okay.
So I go, but mostly we go to Commerce.
Okay, let's do some ticker time. Drop your questions in the chat, and we will take a look. See in the next 12 minutes, the last 12 minutes of the week here. Let's start with Grogen going to single digits. JG wants to know. So out of favor. What can you say? I don't even know what there is to say about Grogen. So punted. Cannabis.
What do you want me to say
so
about
punted.
this one, huh? Why don't you wait? I mean, it's due. It's certainly due for a monthly green candle. So I think I would just try and hold out for that. Let's go to the monthlies here. Man, you got a long ways to go. Let's just look at the data here. Last month closed 1630. So put a little alert on your thing. This month's high 1687. If it gets back above for this month 1630, put a little alert there if it shows some strength. If not, you're just trying to pick bottom. You're going off these monthly candles here. 1452. If you want a number and you want to risk $1.40, 1311 was the next monthly low, and then you fall off to 844. That's the best I could do for you on that one.
What about? Did someone mention Amazon just now? Is that hold on?
Yeah, what's going on with Amazon today?
Maybe they didn't. Yes, Toronto Dave, Amazon.
Oh man, in the middle. I mean, this is Toronto Dave. It's just in the middle of no man's land. It's not participating in the rally. It's red today. It's down $45. I think for this one, I mean, you're good until you take out the pair of lows here, and then until you take out this resistance at 35.50. I think you're just flipping a coin in this one. Just not a smooth chart. Just not, still kind of within that trading range that it was for the longest time. I guess the thing on the positive side is 4709. There we go, folks. We just blasted through that high. As I said, 150. High for the week is, where did I do with my sheet? I think it's 4712. Let me see. We hit that one day. We hit that on Wednesday. 4712 if you're looking for another target, and then 4717 is your 10-day high. That's as far as I went back. My upside target based on a 9-day average trading range, if I tell you guys that, you'll be drooling. So I don't want to give you that.
All right. Baruku's asking, is Penn done? So here's what I'm going to say about Penn. You're going to have to go way to the left. Forget 2021. If you only looked at that, you would say this is uninvestable. It's dead. It's dead money. But if you go to 2019, 2018. You go further to the left. Okay, we got some history here. Penn is not dead. It's not a dead company, right? It is a growing business. Is it possible that the calendar turns and Penn just turns it around next year, like in terms of the stock? Yes, it is certainly possible. It can do that. Look what happened last year. We went from 3 to
But what's the difference now, Spencer? What's the difference? What's the big difference between this year and last year, or when you took off this year? There's a
okay.
couple big differences.
Yeah, there's a couple big macro.
I want you to name both of the. There's two major differences. One thing is not going to happen again, and you know what that is.
So the two differences, I understand what you're saying. The two differences are, one, there will likely be / already is a change in interest rate policy from the Fed, and we're not really in a pandemic. Well, we still are, but it's not quite like it was last year.
Do you think people spending money and gambling on sporting events are worried about interest rates?
Well, but the investors are, and Penn is in a growth industry, so
Okay.
you're you're saying,
Well,
are you saying the checks? Is that what you're saying?
well, first of all, three things: no
Okay.
stimulus checks coming, right?
Okay.
Unless we get another pandemic. Number two, it's not going to be re-added to the S&P 500, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And number three, and the biggest thing, overhead supply. I mean, how many people? If this gets back to 60, I'm done. If this gets back to 70, really, really, if it gets back to 70, I'm done. I don't know. You just get these guys. If you want to go short term on this one and help you guys out, you traders, you could do this. I mean, and this is just short term trading. I see three tops at the same. I see 53. Call it 53 and a quarter. You break above there, yeah, maybe you have some upside, but as the opposite, I mean, and look how it's performing relative to the market too. Horrible performance. If you're buying here, you're absolutely losing on 47.02. I
All
talked
right.
about when this
Okay.
thing came down after earnings. I talked about this 52 area, and it paused there. But man, I mean, now that seems a long ways away. Trading 48.85.
I'm just saying, Penn's got a forward PE of 18, which is freaking normal. Actually, it makes it that's downright cheap. It's got a price of sales of 1.6. That's also down. That's down. That's average, if a little bit below average. My point is that if you looked at all the stocks that are down 50% or more this year, and you rated them all on a scale of most likely to come back and least likely to come back, I would put Penn more towards the former than the latter, as opposed to some of these other ones that are down. Teladoc, for example, or or
Or Peloton.
or Peloton, for example. You said it, not me. I would put Penn more on that spectrum of this couldn't come back. I could see that more than I could see a
But let's just listen to what you're saying, Spencer.
a Chewy.
But just listen to what you're saying.
Okay.
It could come back.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of investing mantra is it could come back?
I don't own the stock at all, and I definitely
Okay.
wouldn't. And I definitely wouldn't buy it here. Just let's be clear about that.
Okay.
But at some point, I really do think at some point we're going to look back, at a couple years down the line, and we're going to say, wow, Penn at 48, Penn below 50.
The people that lost money, yeah,
Hot
we're
damn.
spending way too much money on it. We're spending way too much time on this. The people that lost money gambling, are they going to go get more money to go gamble and lose them again? I mean, are there stimulus checks coming again? No. I mean, people are investing in the stock market, okay?
I just have a hard time believing that a company that's actually growing its bottom line is 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 dying like the stock would say it is, right? I just don't. I just can't believe
The
it.
street knows more than you know what? Price don't lie. That's what I'm going to say. If you want to I mean, Sean's been, Tad him on today. He's been banging the table on this since 41. It's now at 30. He has the same thing. I mean, if you like buying beaten down stocks and you're waiting for them to come back, then do it. But to just, you know, I'd rather see you lose your money, buying Apple at 179 and a quarter, than trying to pick a bottom here. So that's it. That's it.
All right,
Peloton,
all right. Yeah,
Pen, Donkey
yeah,
Kong.
I'm
Where's Gan? Is Gan at $5 yet?
uh buy and balance for those wondering. I mean, we're making. Oh
Nice
wow,
little push.
Joel, I'm surprised you didn't say anything. We just broke above 4,700.
You're looking at the
Oh, I'm looking
March.
at the freaking March. I'm looking.
Yeah, I stick to the D's. Yeah,
All
no,
right,
we took out. There's Now we're coming up on the high for the week,
excuse me.
47.12, and then the other 10-day high is coming up at is 47.17. But strong day here, going into the close. I want to get too caught up in the buy and balance. I mean, there's other reasons why this market's
All
going
right,
up.
Emily says price don't lie. No, price does sometimes lie. Otherwise, why would Peloton be at $171? Is it really worth? Is it really a fifth as valuable today as it was in February? I mean, has the business deteriorated that much? One of those numbers has to be wrong. I feel like what can't be right. Price can be misleading. I don't know if price never lies. It can be misleading, but I don't know. This is more of a existential argument here. What about
Okay, Nietzsche.
PayPal for BT? Is PayPal stopped going down yet? No.
P
Well, actually, yes, it has stopped going down for the moment. I mean, the last couple of days. Notwithstanding.
Oh, look at that. We had support lines. Is it a false breakout? I don't know. I mean, you could have played it here. This breakout, you had 3, 4 highs in the same area. I like this. I'm going to keep this line here just because I'd like to see it get back and hold 190. But if it doesn't hold 190, maybe going back to test that 178.44 low. So that's what you're looking at in that one. You had a little move off that, but man, you're just looking at the relative strength in the market. You got a stock going down today. That can't feel too good.
All right, under a minute here. Quantum asked what happened to Twitter. I have no idea what happened to Twitter. It's down 2% today. That's
Is that in the 30s yet? No.
no, it's not. Not even close. In the grand scheme of things, nothing happened to Twitter today. Nothing at all.
No. 1250 print there, folks. They're buying them into the close. If you feel like you missed the low, you got to own Twitter, a stock in a clear downtrend. 7-point move, 3.5, 44.5, 45. If you really feel like you got to own it, then lean on the low of the move. But this right now, this looks like a little bit of a dead cat bounce.
Okay, that's
That's it. New all-time closing high, folks. Who cares about inflation?
I will stick to my stance, but I'm reserving all judgment until Wednesday after the close, when we've had some time to digest what the Fed has said.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say about that. Hit the like button, everyone, please, and thank you. This will be our last stream of the week here. So some of you we will see tomorrow morning. Those of you who we're not going to see, why not? Go to premarketprep.com, premarketprep.com. I'll put it up on the screen. There, where's the email? Where's the website? Premarketprep.com. It's on the screen. Check it out. Sign up. 3.5 hours of Joel, of Dennis, of Rob Friesen. I'll be there in the background, lurking here and there, but mostly going to be those three guys.
Can I ask a question? Do we have any Canadians that signed up for the event? Because I just got an email from someone that said that their credit card's asking for a zip code and they entered a Canadian postal code, but it won't let me. Does that happen to anybody? That's a new one on me. I'll check it. I'll send it around. That's a new one. If not, Elsie, if you're listening, I'll send you an email. This will be available next week. But for you guys that are going to be participating tomorrow, you better take it easy tonight, and you better get your ears ready, because you don't want to. Jason talked about listening to things in like triple speed. That's what it's going to be like tomorrow. So everyone have a safe night. We'll see you in the morning. It's been a great week for the market.
All right, Elsie says she's here. I'll catch you later, Joel. Everyone, have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Last thing I'm gonna try out before I go. I wanted to tell you all about the channel-wide sponsor we have. Our new sponsor here is Nightscope. I'm going to tell you some information about Nightscope. This is the company that is doing like futuristic, dare I say, like Terminator type stuff right here. It's actually pretty cool. So what they've done is they've got these fully autonomous security robots that have over 1 million hours of field operation and generated over $13 million in lifetime sales. What they've done, Nightscope, is they've recently announced the commencement of their Reg A Plus offering. They've got over 28,000 investors, over $100 million already raised. So to learn more, I'm going to put the link into the chat right now. StartEngine.com/Nightscope is how you can learn more. That's this website that's on the screen right now. StartEngine.com/Nightscope. Check it out, learn more, and I'm telling you, it's pretty cool stuff. They were also at the Benzinga Small Cap Conference yesterday. If you missed that, I do recommend you check that out also, because like I said, it's like the future. It's what I was saying yesterday. It's like we're living in the future. The future is now. Anyway, that'll be a wrap for us here today. Everyone, have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. I'd appreciate that. And I'll catch the rest of you guys, some of you guys, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So see you guys there. And for those I don't see, have a great weekend. And I'll see you on Monday.